But it's gonna be uproars over that chip, man.
Them diseases too, cause you got Zika and all that shit.
Right.
You got to take the chip to prove that you don't got no disease or some shit.
Right, because they're gonna have to scan the people. We ain't with the chip or justifying it, but this one of their reasons. If I got a city full of people that's sick, what way we could get there is something called triage. Will you prioritize your patients? Say a building blew up down here, you got bodies everywhere. You'll go around with red, green, and yellow tags and put them on the sickest people. So when the ambulance come through, they know who to grab. They know who's priority patients. But what's the fastest way you could do that? Then what? Then with the chip, man. That's why they pushing this zit and all these diseases, man, through these mosquitoes. There ain't nothing but the white man coming up with all this bullshit in the laboratory, man, to push his New World Order agenda. Yeah. Bill, all them devils, man. They go higher than Bill Gates. He just a puppet, man. He ain't nothing but Obama, man. But it's all on the same agenda. Like, people worry about the next president. The next president is going to do the agenda of the Illuminati. They going to do the will of really the Lord on the left-hand side, which is Satan, man. They all the new president ain't going to come and make shit go backwards, man. They moving forward with this New World Order because it's the Lord's will, man, for his prophecies to get fulfilled.
Can I say one thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, you got basically what happened the other day. Hold on, it's locked here. What day was that? I believe it was June 25th, and the shit made World Star. Basically, they came out and said that the president is granting unlimited war powers with no expiration date in 2016. So that just lets you know that when they declare World War III, because we already in the midst of World War III. You know, you got all of them in the Middle East fighting so-called the boogeyman ISIS, and all those countries is rounded up over there. And that's the Most High tell us in the scriptures that he was going to do that. So whenever the Obama called for a state of emergency, at any time he can use his dictatorship to be the president until this war is over. So hey, it might not be no new president coming in at the end of this year or the beginning of next year, because they just recently brought this out as a video. You could pull it up on your YouTube, or you can go to World Star, and it says President granted unlimited war powers with no expiration date 2016, man. And just to add on, brothers getting into about out there in El Salvador, you know, Esau created some virus, some virus that they used back in Africa in 40. Man, you messing me up. They used it back some time ago on Africa, and now they done came up with a new name called Zika. The Zika virus, all right? And that virus is actually giving these northern tribes, you know, they're giving these northern tribes small heads and shit when they babies being born. So they actually just published and said, look, for all of you, basically for all of those nations out there, Brazil, you know, Colombia, El Salvador, South America, they basically was telling them that, you know, they should not get pregnant for 2 years.
That's population control. Yeah, that's population control, man. That's the wiles of the devil.
Yeah, man, this devil coming hard. Like the scriptures say, coming down on you having great wrath, knowing he had but a short time, man. You know, this a little history going on how the money system falling. They gonna introduce. See, man, the Lord is beautiful. He giving warnings in everything that he's doing. The weight of the money, the color, the feel of the money, how the money look, all of that is going down before your eyes, man. And America is modern day Rome. This the denarius before it broke down. It says the denarius began as 4.5 grams of silver coin and has stayed that way for centuries under the Roman Republic. After Rome became an empire, things began to turn sour for the denarius, and by extension the Roman economy. Base metals such as copper were blended in with the silver. So even though the coin itself weighed the same, the amount of silver in it became less and less with each successor emperor, man. So they was cutting the silver with other bullshit metals. But now, like the American money, it's not cut. But even if they cutting it, but they even with they cutting it, they not leaving it the same weight. It's getting lighter, whatever the hell they cutting it with. It's getting what? Lighter and lighter and lighter and lighter, man. Why you think in the ancient world it was 50 shekels of silver? Because the silver itself was money. You could put whatever the hell you want on it. That was considered money. Period. Whether it's in a coin, whether it's in a block, whether it's this and that. Or you could weigh 50 shekels and get a certain weight. And you could, let's say 50 shekels was 70 pounds, right? You could just be like, yo, give me 70 pounds of silver. You know what I'm saying? You don't really have to get 50 shekels of silver. You know what I'm saying? But things just broke it down into shekels or shekolim because silver was actual money, man. Gold and silver, right? Base metals such as copper were blended in with the silver. So even though the coin itself weighed the same, the amount of silver in it became less and less with each successor emperor. Throughout the first century, the denarius contained over 90% silver. By the end of the second century, the silver content had fallen to less than 70%. A century later, there was less than 5% silver in the coin. So just showing you how Rome went down, how the money system devalued, man. He be on Revelations 13:16. So like the brother was saying, the chip is already here. You know, it's just going to trickle down to, it's going to be here.
It always start from high to low.
It always start from high to low. But that's with anything you do. Everything always goes from the spirit to the flesh. And go from the spiritual way of thinking to your mind to what? To your flesh. So all the money is being devalued, but all this is prophecy. And we the men that the Lord set up to give brothers warning so they could get right, man. Because this society going down, man, fast. It's declining at a phenomenal rate, man. You got drug dealers out here that's broke. You're like, damn, a broke drug dealer?
Oh, you got robberies and shit going on, man.
Robberies, all of that, man.
Murdering, all that shit.
Ain't no jobs out here. You know? You got people that got credentials that can't get jobs. You just walking in there with a high school diploma, you got credentials, history in that field, and you still can't get a job.
With a master's degree, still can't get a job.
Yeah, you got motherfuckers with master's degrees working in McDonald's, scrubbing toilets.
Telling you you're overqualified.
Yeah, or when you go in a qualified, you can't get this position, you overqualified.
Yeah, well, I always wonder, what does that mean, overqualified? I mean,
ain't got enough money to pay you.
Either I'm gonna take your job. Either or.
Right. Look, if you come in here with that, because they got a saying. My old bitch I used to date said this about school. If you don't got the paper, you don't make the paper. Black bitch. You know how these women think and shit. If you don't get the paper, you don't make the paper. And she used to hold up her bachelor's on me and shit.
You don't get the paper, you don't make the paper?
Yeah. Meaning if you don't go to school and get a diploma, you ain't gonna make no money. But now, this tables has turned. You know what I'm saying? Even if you get the paper, you ain't getting no damn paper. You know what I'm saying? That's the beautiful thing. She was real proudful with that shit, man. Because she got 2 bachelor's degrees in 4 years. She was one of the real bright chicks. So-called bright. You know what I'm saying? But she said that slogan to me, you know? But go ahead.
Revelations chapter 13 and 16. And he calls of all, both small and great.
The he is a body, the Illuminati. It's not just one person. But it said he calls of all, both small and great. Meaning a person like Jay-Z to a person that's working on a garbage truck. Or a bum in the street trying to get food from the food pantry. They gonna chip everybody. They gonna go crazy with them chips, man. You see how they handing out the flu shot?
A vaccine.
You know what I'm saying? Come get your flu shot. It's in your local Rite Aid. Just come and take it. You know the white man give you something for free. You know that shit poison. Come get your flu shot for free. You know it's poison, man.
I always think about the damn government phones too. It's sewing through shits too.
It says that he calls of all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name.
Right, you ain't gonna be able to buy and sell, because that's how they gonna get people. Because what, it's gonna be uproars about the chip.
Yeah, you can't work or you can't buy anything.
They gonna slap, they gonna get tired of playing with people. And like, you know what, fuck. If you ain't got the chip, you can't eat.
Yeah.
You can't get food stamps, you can't get Section 8, you can't get this. Yo, they have rewards up. And if you ain't taking the chip, you's an outcast, you a terrorist. They gonna put stigmas on people. They put billboards up. Look, if you know somebody that ain't got the chip, $500 reward. They ain't gotta know you snitched on them.
You don't know how shit. Look at
They gonna be detaining people. If you ain't willing to take this chip, they'll detain you. Because you're gonna be labeled as an outcast. But if you take this chip, you're gonna be destroyed by the Heavenly Father, man. Give me that. Proverbs 12 and 10. Give me Revelation 14 and 9.
Proverbs 12 and 10.
Right?
A righteous man regardeth the life of his beast,
A righteous man regardeth the life of his beast. Read.
but the tender mercies of the wicked are cruel.
Right, it said, but the tender mercies. Read that again.
But the tender mercies of the wicked are cruel.
The Lord said the tender mercies of the, who's the wicked? The so-called white man. He's in power, but is he doing righteousness? Hell no. He doing wickedness on purpose. But guess what? It's in their nature to be wicked. It's in their nature to destroy the air they breathe, to destroy the animals, the plants, the water they gotta drink. It's in their nature to do that. The white man, you can't even really be mad at him. That's how they is. They made to be the devil on earth, man. But the Lord said the tender mercies of the wicked are cruel. So if the white man gave you a food pantry, guess what, man? That meat probably old as hell, right? It probably got some pork and shit up in it, right? If he giving you a free flu shot, everybody come get your free flu shot. It's for his benefit. If he give you financial aid, that ain't free schooling. That's for his control. When they gave us this technology, iPhones and all that shit, they could have kept that shit on. USB cords, HDMI ports, our FaceTime and all that. They let that technology link. But you know what it was for? They did it for their benefit. But the people like, yeah, man, we got this GPS and all that. They think, the people think it's for them. But now it's for the government, the Illuminati. Like if you check out Facebook, the initials for Facebook is what? An F and a B. And Instagram is what? An I. So, right, but well, really Instagram is one word. It's not a compound word. Like when you like go to school, even though they say IG, Instagram, but Insta is really like a prefix. It's not like a compound word like suitcase.
Yeah,
suitcase is two words, but it's one meaning, but it's two words put together to describe the thing. But so Instagram is really not a compound word. It's one word. So the proper initial for Instagram would be an I. So Facebook, F-E-I. Because Facebook and Instagram, all that social media shit is for people to tell on themselves. The feds ain't gotta watch you no more. You know who watch you? You. And you gonna update, man, people who on that shit is crazy, man. It's crazy. But the internet has turned out as a good thing for the Lord's word to leak out. Because that's why we put this on YouTube and it goes viral throughout the four corners of the earth. Because this truth is on these devils' ass, man. They don't like us. They be sending feds, agents down here to fuck with us, man.
Like this nigga Brian is right here.
Yeah, hey, this now he got, hey, talking about the agents and shit. Look at this motherfucker in the place. Scheming, scoping on us, man. But look, see, that's the spirit, man. But they take pictures of and they make themselves known, man. Because some of them used to play the streets, so we got the sense of cops. You know what I'm saying? We know what a feel of a cop, you know what I'm saying? They spy on us and do whatever the hell they do. But, because this truth is getting on them, but finish that chip, man. But don't take that chip. If you take that chip, you missile food, man.
Well, yeah, they say they can shut it down anytime they want. If you follow the protocol or a procedure, they can shut it down, you die.
But what you think the movie Enemy of the State was about?
What was Jamie Foxx,
Will Smith.
Will Smith, yeah.
Jamie Foxx too, though. Remember the one they put a chip in him and they had to track him with Jamie Foxx. It was an older movie. The same one.
Yeah, done. But that Enemy of the State, I can't recall a Jamie Foxx one, but that Enemy of the State, that was based off of the chip. If you don't do or apply what they say, they can shut your chip down.
Yeah.
Why do you think they want smart guns out here? A smart gun is operated off of the chip. So if you had a standoff with the cops like they got in Oregon, with the militias that raided that building, if you got a standoff, they'll just shut your chip down, that'll shut your gun down. You can't shoot. But a cracker don't want no smart gun. You think crackers out here that got their gun license and buying all these different guns, you think these crackers want smart guns? Well, you got like a smartphone, you got apps and shit on your gun, power tip bullet. Them motherfuckers don't want that shit, man. That shit be a malfunction. But, you know, that's what they trying to do, man. You know, dumb bullet, full metal jacket. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna change the philosophy so when I shoot you, you won't bleed out. You know what I'm saying? And all this dumb shit, whatever these crackers trying to come with. But it's all based off of what? This chip. Everything is trying to go digital. Read that, brother?
Revelation
14 and
9.
This is Revelations.